Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod. That would have been Christmas All Over Again by Tom Petty. Even though it wasn't in this episode, this episode made me think that a lot. I am Jeff, and I'm a terrific dentist. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my host.
I'm Leslie, and I was hoping you could tell me exactly what takes place at midnight mass on Christmas Eve in a Catholic church.
Well, we're going to have to get into that 100%.
Yeah.
But we're not going to ask a Presbyterian, for God's sake.
No.
Don't look like Presbyterians to me.
I mean, they might know more than Methodists. I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think that Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem knew a whole lot about midnight mass. They just wanted to work in that church that was nice, laid back, mellow, and profitable.
And bless them for it.
That's right. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are talking about Season 4, Episode 15, Somewhere in the World It's Christmas. Original air date, December 22nd, 1993. Right up on Christmas this year. So don't normally get an episode so close to the holiday, but it just, I guess, depends on when it falls in the week. All right. It's Christmas again, everybody. And so there's Christmas things happening, kind of. I feel like the answer to this is no, but did you throw up in your mouth or throw something this week?
No, this one was a relatively chill one. I was close to throwing something when Dylan was being obtuse about his relatives.
Oh, her dad died a year ago too. Interesting.
I know. I was like, who is this guy?
I know. Yeah, it was a little dense.
You know your dad, right?
Right. You remember when that happened and you were Jack? And we know you know because you just had a flashback about it. Like, these are things you know of them. We all remember. No, you went to visit him in prison once.
This was a fairly relaxed episode, if not incredibly silly.
It was. All right. So I guess this is a good enough place to start with the title of the episode. Somewhere in the world it's Christmas. But is it Christmas here? In this episode? With these people? It just didn't... I feel like... And Charles Rosen wrote this episode. I feel like directly this one's on Chuck. I feel like he was saying, this isn't really a Christmas episode. Even they put Christmas music in it, but they didn't do any of the Christmas stuff. They did some flashbacks. But then they showed B-roll around Los Angeles, and it looks like the least Christmas thing you've ever seen. It's all just sunshine, and there's a Santa on top of a building or something, but that's about it. A couple snowmen up there.
Yeah.
And we got Steve in a Santa suit, which we like.
That.
We got Nat helping out the homeless, which we like. Go Nat. We had what I'm assuming is Miriam level celestial interference in the Walsh family vacation, but we can discuss. But otherwise, somewhere in the world it's Christmas, but here?
Which, already from the title, I'm like, I think you were trying to do a thing like it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but that doesn't work because you do hit 5 o'clock at some point.
Right.
Twice a day, technically, every day. It is not Christmas at any time, willy-nilly.
No, but I don't know. I just don't know what they're like. Here's where I do think they nailed that it's Christmas. Because we've talked about this in previous episodes. We got to talk about Christmas again, you guys, even though it's fucking July when we're recording this.
Whatever.
But Christmas is about looking backwards. This Christmas is always about previous Christmases.
Yeah.
And so that's what this episode does. It spends some time looking back. Cindy has her memories of Christmases past, and they're like, don't you remember that the tree was shit? And we had
sad.
Rando Santa. Yeah. And yeah, you were real sad.
You were really depressed. You were kind of a downer, Mom.
It was bad. It was bad Christmas. And Cindy's like, everything was great. Brandon made fake snow. Brenda brought in a homeless man, and it turned out okay because none of us were murdered.
I
But
mean,
you know,
as someone who is only living in the bad parts of the past anymore, and I know I'm not
hmm,
alone in this, I kind of admire and wish I was more like Cindy. I think it's perfectly fine to remember the good over the bad
sure. No,
in
I
some
think so too.
situations, especially with Christmas.
Yeah, because if you're Dylan, what you have to remember about previous Christmases is going to prison. Um, like that's the best one he could conjure up. He's like, you know, it was a good Christmas, the one in jail
You know
before
what?
my dad blew up.
I really wish they had just had another clip of like the first Dylan dad they cast, the first Jack McKay, being
Uh,
like, "I'll never leave you alone on Christmas,
I'll
son.
never let you down, son.
Ho
Yeah.
ho ho, son." Just yes, with the jump cut. My God, they love a
Yeah.
jump cut.
Yeah. Um, Steve remembered the two things he's done on Christmas. You're breaking into the school and trying to go see Karen Brown, Albuquerque bus trip. And that was like, I don't know. Steve was basically, here's what I liked about the Steve thing is we got to that point in the episode and I was like, is Steve even going to be in this episode? Because we were a good 35 minutes in. And Brenda's like, well, at least we know one person who hasn't changed ever.
I
It
know
goes to
that
Steve.
I, I didn't catch that the first time. Uh, and then the second time around, I went, "Oh, I see what they did there. Got it."
Yeah. And then Steve's like, I'm terrible and stupid. And that's like, kinda. Like, that's like, I don't know what you want me to do here. Like, remember you were in here like a month ago and you broke up with that girl who was so sweet? Um, and then she accused you of rape almost in public and is bad. Like, I didn't know about that part. I'm not. But you know, it seems don't things don't seem to be going so good for you there, Stevo. Um, and okay, we're going in no particular order here because Steve, but Steve can't leave the fraternity because of his dad, and which
Who
is news to me.
I don't understand this because that seems like it's going to be a really bad relationship. And also, where's your dad? Because you're
Uh huh.
clearly barking up the wrong tree, buddy.
I feel like this is them saying get ready for Rush Sanders. Um,
You've heard of Rush Week, but have you heard
yeah.
of Rush
Have you heard
Sanders?
of Rush Sanders? I don't know if he shows up this season or the beginning of next, but the fact that Nat's like, you know what you got to do, Steve, is you got to get right with your old man. Makes me feel like we're going down. Hey, have you met Rush Sanders
Oh,
pathway?
Lord.
Yeah, I mean we are eventually. I just don't know when it starts. So, and your instincts are correct. Rush is a piece of work.
Have you thought about the fact that you're doing things to make someone love you who just won't love you?
Not Steve. No, Steve just does things because he wants them to be better for him at every moment. It's a real singular focus he's got. But Steve is like a not part of this episode. Like
Yeah.
he's just in that one little scene, you know, home, 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 and then he's dressed as Santa again. Um, Let me tell you what they didn't remember about Christmases past: the Alvarado Street Elementary School and the magic fucking school bus situation and
They're
Craig Clemens,
never
Greg Clemens.
they're never going to remember that.
They, I mean, that's the only thing I want to think about at Christmas time is it's a totally happening life, and they didn't. It's like they all agreed, or maybe when Clarence got involved, he wiped their memory of the entire event because none of them remembered Alvarado Street. I can't forget it. It's seared in my brain. But
Wow. Right.
yeah, I can't. I come on. Okay, we're midway through season 4. Is it's a totally happening life a top fiver for you at this point? Like, is it that high up the list
Oh
in ridiculous
God.
episodes? I know
In
I'm throwing this.
in the ridiculous yeah, no, it definitely is in the ridiculous episodes. It doesn't need to be singled out because it's Christmas. Like it's just
Right. No, just for
wild.
being ridiculous. Like I feel like it's a totally happening life, and obviously Home and Away where we switch it up. And the episode with the Borg Queen and Shadowcaster and Diesel Stone and the Waste Management. I mean, that episode is amazing. So like I feel like those are the top three, and you can get in some fist fights about which order you want to put them in, I suppose. But
Okay.
yeah, but they're just like, we do not remember.
No.
Do not look. No, straight ahead. We're at season 2. That's really what we're focused on, and the things that happened around Christmas season 3. But we're not talking or remembering that.
It's like they're trying to remember back to a simpler time in the show, maybe before everyone hated each other.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
projecting. I have no idea. Again, all I know is that it's Shannon's last season. I doubt
Mm-hmm.
she knows this yet. Uh,
She might. It's close, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
this one felt like they were tired, and they were
Kinda.
like, it felt like they lit a cigarette and were like, I don't fucking know. Like, they
Yeah.
almost die on a plane.
Yeah. Can we do a clip show?
I don't know. Aren't you tired of Christmas? Aren't you tired?
Right. I don't want to do Christmas again. We have to do Christmas again? Fuck. It's the problem with a show based in like a real timeline is you have to do Christmas every year. We're
No, I'm
exhausted
going
by
to
the whole thing.
encourage shows to find other holidays or just do like what Seinfeld did and make something up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um yeah, but I mean, yeah, they have to. They got to do something around Christmas every year because otherwise it feels weird.
But here's the thing. The only the only Christmas episodes that I go back and watch of a show specifically for Christmas is The Office.
Oh, okay. Well,
Everything
it's
else
because
I can live without.
before last year you had never seen It's a Totally Happening Christmas. Like
I
how are
will
you not going to go back and watch that every year and
You will have
remember
to
and
pay me.
the carolers. I mean, those poor carolers, they almost died just taking strays
They
for all these
love
shitty kids.
They love. Wish the carolers had been back because they had a very intense Carol of the Bells
They
playing in the
did.
background in the opening, and then when they all think they're about to die,
I know. I know. It's rough.
man, they were all acting their hearts out. I shout outs to them.
They were singing from deep inside. Um So yeah, so as discussed, the Walshes are not doing anything at their house this year except for like a real small little lunch Christmas Eve day because they're going to Hawaii. They're taking off, so there's no place for everybody to congregate. And like one of the things that this episode is about is what happens when the Walshes leave because you can't get these folks together. It's
Nope,
chaos.
they have to go to Mel's.
Yeah, and remember the last time we all went to Mel's, everybody got drunk, and Donna Martin almost didn't graduate.
Oh my God, you're right. I completely
So
forgot.
yeah, so it was going to enough. Nobody wants to go to Mel's. That apartment is drab as fuck. Like there is
Yeah,
nothing, no decorate. I didn't enjoy it as a Christmas motif. What Mel had going on there. Um,
no.
so the Walshes are going to Hawaii. Everybody else is left to do what they're going to do. Dylan threatens once again to go to Baja. He
I was
threatens to go
just
to
about
Baja
to say he threatens to go to Baja.
all the time. This dude never goes, but I'm fucking going to Baja, you motherfuckers.
That's what he really means when he's like, I want to hang out with people, but I need them to ask me because I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, yeah. I think the answer is a no to this. We might have talked about it. Um, the movie Kicking and Screaming, the one from the early 90s. It's like a
Haven't seen
Gen
it.
X. Yeah, I didn't see it until like 2 or 3 years ago. Um, and I wonder if I'd liked it more if I'd seen it when I was like the age of the characters in it, like at that point in my life.
Mm.
Because it didn't click for me the way that it clicks for other Gen X people, and I think I just watched it too late. But anyway, there's this whole thing in there about going to Prague, where like one of the characters is like, I want to go to Prague. And he's like, everybody wants to go to Prague, but like, do you want to go to Prague or do you like want to go to Prague, like actually go to Prague, or you just want to say that you want to go to Prague and talk about going to Prague? That Baja is Dylan's Prague. Like he mostly just wants to talk about going to Baja, but he doesn't ever want to go. And this time he was stopped from going because two strange ladies showed up on his door, Suzanne and Erica. And Suzanne used to have some kind of a relationship with Jack McKay, some kind of Tokyo airplane fucking based relationship with Jack McKay. And the result of that is Erica, this cute little 11 or 12-year-old, whatever she is, sleeping on the futon in Dylan's living room.
Yes.
So Suzanne and Erica have come to town, and Dylan's like, I feel like I'm getting scammed here, Nat. And Nat's like, maybe, but who cares? Give him some pie. And
I mean, you
Dylan's
let them
like,
in.
good point.
You let them in, Dylan. Clearly you were bored. I don't think people ever just willy-nilly let strangers in. Not since the 60s.
No, yeah, I'm not sure that it ends well most of the time. Except for the Walshes, because it's Christmas time. And remember 2 years ago when we let Santa in and it turned out he was fine? He was just sad. Like,
Well, and then a year later, they let in a veteran on Thanksgiving.
that's
A
right.
homeless vet.
Yeah,
A homeless vet.
yeah, homeless vet. That's right. Jack Canner. Shouts to Jack Canner. He fixed your roof.
Yeah.
People, when you let homeless people in, they teach you things. It's nice. No, that's what happens. Same thing when you talk to black people. Like, they show up, they teach you something, they go away. Like, I mean, let's go talk to Robinson Nash III again, or Herbert, or Henry.
Wait, isn't
Shouts to Henry.
What is Herbert? I don't know.
It's Herbert. Yeah.
Sorry, Herbert.
I mean, Deshaun's still around. We haven't learned much from Deshaun except for don't cheat on your tests. I guess.
Don't try to get him to study because he's gonna try to blackmail you.
Yep. And we learned that Brandon is hard. Maybe that's what we learned from Deshaun. We learned about Fallen.
We are so deviating from this episode.
That's okay, because nothing happens in this episode. I mean, a couple things happen. Like, Suzanne and Erica showed up, and that happened. David is super distant around Donna. Donna is much less distant around Dylan under the mistletoe.
Oh my god. Dylan was kissing everyone. It was like when Chandler and Monica are hiding their relationship and he has to kiss everyone before he leaves the room.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. I've heard Tori. She did not mind when these things had to happen.
Of course not.
When she got to make out with Luke, she was okay with it. So I don't think anyone was super sad. But you know who doesn't want to kiss under the mistletoe? Fucking grump ass David. He don't want anything to do with Donna. Even though last week, like, they almost, I mean, fuck those Santa Anas and Howard Stern and Felice and Dr. John Martin. Because they almost did it and then they didn't. And that was seemingly just one step too far for David's libido. Because he's been a grumposaurus. Yeah, he's got the holiday downs, which, it happens. But also the holiday downs. Because his wiener isn't hard anymore.
His candy cane is melted.
Sad. And so he fucking breaks up with Donna on her birthday like a dickhead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Which, again, I saw coming. I knew that was going to happen, but it was still so shitty. And the fact that he's like, it's really just because of the sex. I'm like, oh my god, stop talking forever. Stop talking forever.
Yeah. But, like, was Donna giving you Annette Bening in Bugsy vibes?
A little bit. She seemed very in denial since the end of the last episode.
Well, and also she was like, Dave was like, I don't want to talk about it. And she's like, come on, tell me. And he's like, but I really don't want to talk about it. And she's like, David, you can tell me. And Annette Bening is like, hey, I want to go on your car ride late at night. And he's like, can you not? And she's like, no, let me come.
We want to be together.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing. They're not listening. Like, I mean, David's a shithead, but he didn't want to have this conversation on her birthday. Like, he was trying not to. David was like, I will willingly sort the recycling. And remember earlier this season when David wouldn't pick up and wash a cereal bowl?
Yeah.
Like how much he doesn't want to have this conversation. He is helping.
You've known about this for a week and you didn't tell me? I don't want to ruin your birthday.
That's right. Hang on to it.
Yeah. I didn't like what he did, obviously, but at the same time, I don't like how she's been handling it. I mean, she's very much not involved in their relationship. Like they need to be broken up. I hate to say but I think they need some time apart because
Yeah.
she's in some fairyland and
Uh-huh.
just and not having conversations with him about things. And he is being a jerk and not realizing that, you know what, maybe I'd be less of a jerk if I was doing what I needed to do for me,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
is get laid, clearly. Go to a
Yeah.
brothel and just
Something.
get that done tenfold.
Yep. Take care of that business,
So
David.
again, you never talk again.
Right. I mean, I think that, like, in David's defense, he's like, it's only been a couple weeks. So it's not like he's been being an asshole for like a long time. He's just like not feeling it right now because like 2 weeks ago, or it was last week, the 15th, it aired. So 1 week ago, like they were about ready to do it and he was all like, oh boy, everything's great.
He's been making passive aggressive remarks since the beginning of the season.
Sure.
Because remember
Yeah.
during Take Back the Night episode, he was going on and on about like, oh, this thing sucked and this
Oh,
thing sucked
sure.
and this thing sucked. But you know what the worst thing is? My own girlfriend won't sleep with me.
Right. But that was funny. I mean, that was a joke.
Was it? See, that's one of
Yeah,
those
it
moments where when
was.
people say shit like that to me, I'm just like, are you? I don't know if you're kidding. I'm going to assume you're not kidding.
No, he was. What that is called is kidding on the square. It means you're
Oh.
kidding, but also you mean it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
That's
joke,
dangerous.
but it's real. And so yeah, that was. I mean, but he hasn't been acting like a mopey moperson for like a long time and shutting
Fair.
Donna out. That's what I mean.
Got it.
You know, like we go, everything's fine. So it's just been this week, and Donna is not understanding like
No.
what's going on. She thinks he's bummed about the divorce and the custody thing, which no one's talked about for like 3 weeks. Like they seem David and Kelly aren't fighting about it anymore. Everybody's fine. He hasn't had to go give a shitty deposition. You know, Jackie hasn't had to take Erin out of a party because she had a fever. Like all that stuff has been totally under the radar. So why Donna is like, you know what he's bummed about? Inflation. Like what? No
I
one's
feel
talked
like
about that.
I feel like Donna tried to start something between Kelly and David again to be like, why aren't you going? Come on,
Right.
you two really need to be over this. Like, honey, you're not over it.
Yeah. She's trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist. Because, like, the problem is in David's nether region.
Mm.
Um, and its lack of access to her nether region. And so he breaks up with her on her birthday. Oh, God damn it.
Yikes.
The Walshes are going to Hawaii until they aren't. And then their plane turns around and they come back home. Oh.
Like you do.
Yeah.
On the
So
biggest plane known to man.
that plane was fucking giant. I mean,
It had a spiral staircase.
that's
What?
a thing that apparently used to exist. That is a thing that used to be. I think planes used to do that. Old in the 60s and stuff. The thing that got me was how wide the fucker was. Like each one of those seats was like the biggest movie theater seat you've ever sat in. 4 of them in this airplane.
Jim said, I'm going to watch the evening movie. And I went, where? Because there's like.
Made no big.
So much...
They were lower a screen in front of everybody. It would
I
be,
guess so.
Yeah, no, that was the most spacious airliner ever. And here's my question. So what happens is they're in the plane and everything's a little turbulence, but everything's fine. People getting up, walking around, getting cappuccinos and shit. Want a blanket? I'm gonna get a blanket. And then the pilot's like, hey, there's a light on this panel that won't light on one side.
Oh my God.
Straight up Grinch move. And so they're instead of landing the plane in Hawaii where they're going, where presumably they also have mechanics and fire departments and whatever. Like
No, not on the
the
island.
Hawaii airport probably has the same stuff as LAX. Not as much of it. It's a much smaller airport, one assumes, but maybe there's a health and safety reason to fly back to LA. But what I suspect is the airline is like, if we crash and all of these people die in Hawaii, we are going to have to ship these remains back home.
Oh my
If we
god.
crash in LA, that's going to be so much easier from a paperwork perspective. Like, just logistically, it's going to be so much easier if these people incinerate on a runway in Los Angeles than if they do it in Hawaii. Turn that fucker around.
Wow.
That's where I went. You don't think so? You don't think it was that?
No, that makes perfect sense. It's just really dark, almost as dark as when you told me that ice cream Sunday night on a cruise is we
Oh,
have too many dead bodies.
too many corpses. Yep, more can't hoard them all. Hold them all.
Two
We got to
corpses,
put them in
everything's
the
fine.
food fridge. That's right. Yeah, two corpses is totally fine. It's when you get above five, I think that's the problem. But you know what? I bet that the threshold for that is different depending on the size of ship you're in.
Sure.
You know, because some of those ships are an affront to God. They're
Those
way
aren't
too big.
ships.
Speaking of an affront to God, Andrea going to a Catholic mass. How's that for a segue, motherfuckers? I did it.
Fantastic.
The other thing that was
I
going on
loved
this
her
episode,
outfit.
that was she looked like Violet Beauregard. I mean, that is some kind of something. Nothing
We
but
have.
blue.
I'll let you finish with the summary because we're still doing the summary. But like,
That's okay.
I need to toot my own horn on what I have noticed about
Oh yeah.
Andrea.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We definitely have to talk about that. Um. Um. And so Andrea is all stressing about going to midnight mass. So she asks Brandon what happens at midnight mass. He's like, "Bitch, I'm Presbyterian. What do I know?" And she's like, "Well, I guess blue." And so she head to toes with the blue and the white gloves and the hat. And Jesse shows up looking nice, wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Midnight mass. And he's like, "Oh, okay."
You know
You're
what it is? She heard about Catholic weddings where there's a dress code, and she said, "I'm just going to cover up everything."
She did. She covered up all of it. He said, "Your whole body looks like an Easter egg." So yeah, and he laughs at her a little bit, and he's like, I don't think you need the hat. You might not need the gloves, although for communion, and pulls her chain a little bit, which I think is kind of funny. And she kind of relaxes, and they go, presumably to have mass. But I think that this is an interesting development for Andrea as a character, because this season has been so much about her faith journey.
Yeah.
Like, her religion has come up quite a bit this season. We had the whole thing with Leslie Sumner Schulman and her Star of David for Rush Week, and Dan Rubin was like, I don't know, his big draw. Like, the reason he was attracted to her, I think, is primarily because she was Jewish. That was a big part of it for him.
Yeah.
And so it colored their relationship. And now she has this interfaith relationship going on, and it has come to the forefront. And I think it's going to stay there for them. It has been, there constantly this season. Andrea's Jewishness, but it hasn't been like a huge storyline, but it's been consistent. It's been a thing that, this is important to her.
Yeah.
And so we're going to keep bringing it up. And so when they give her a boyfriend of another faith, I think it's interesting that they are dancing around the edges of what that would be like.
Yeah.
It is, I don't know how many like interfaith relationships you not personally have been in, but like have been around, or like been to weddings for, or like what your experience is with those, and how big a deal the faith difference has been. Have you seen a lot of that one way or the other?
I mean, my mom would probably classify hers and dad's as interfaith,
I
considering
100% agree, having been
to,
around the
ma-
whole time.
to many to many Catholics, you should marry only Catholics,
Uh-huh.
and mom is not Catholic.
Nope.
Um,
You went to a non-Catholic church a lot based on my childhood memories.
I did. Oh, that you know why? And I'm glad too, because anytime early nostalgia corner, but not really. Anytime mom had a headache or needed to sleep in, then I had to go to Catholic church, and I was like, man, it's gonna be more strict and less fun. I'm gonna have to stand up and kneel. Oh,
Yep.
Dad, why can't I sleep in or just watch cartoons? You're going to
That's
church.
right. Now you
Fine.
got to go to church, apparently. Um,
Anyway, wow, memory lane. Um,
right.
that's funny. You remember, like, you went to a non-Catholic church a lot.
Uh-huh. No, look, don't think that I didn't know every aunt of mine that wasn't Catholic, because there were a couple. One on the
Oh,
other side was LDS, and your mom being Methodisto or whatever she's got going on over there. Um,
so
it came up because my grandparents on both sides cared deeply about being Catholic.
oh wow, I missed that, but I missed a lot as we've realized together. So
You didn't realize
otherwise,
that? Well, they probably wouldn't talk about it around you. They wouldn't be like, "Oh, Marilyn."
no, and also they all love telling me now that she has secured her place in heaven. So I'm like, yes, I
Yeah, she did a good job.
yes.
Yeah.
Um, I can't speak to that. I'm not God. Um,
Right.
but anyway, as for other interfaith, I mean, I have like dated a Jewish person,
Hmm.
and but like not in depth to where that was the thing that came up. It was very much just a we dated for 2 weeks. Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know many other. This is the unfortunate thing when you're brought up in Indiana is you don't meet a lot of people
Sure.
who aren't diehard Christian.
Right.
Um, I know that for like I had a Pakistani classmate, and I know for her she would talk a lot about like, well, I'm not going to be allowed to date, and they're definitely going to like be. I'm probably going to fly home or fly back at some point to find a husband. I don't know
Sure.
if that's what ended up happening, but I mean, in
That's
middle
what she
school,
thought
the
was going
fact
to
that
be
we're
happening.
already talking about it, like
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I've been a party to like a number of interfaith ceremonies. I did a reading. I had to like read in Hebrew, which I mean, I read, memorize, and then
Yeah.
sing. I can't read. I can't read any of that. But I did the memorizing and the singing. Or the keepa. Did the whole thing.
I've
Um,
had to do it for a show.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the thing that's interesting to me about it is how, because we were actually just talking about this when I was on vacation this last week with my family, and it came up just like how, because like my brother was raised Catholic and his wife was not, and uh, I was raised Catholic and Laura was raised Catholic, but Laura's mom's Hungarian Jew who I'm not even sure
Oh,
she converted. So Laura is Jewish, by the maternal line. Laura, and which
yes.
means also Liam is too, even though Laura and Liam were both baptized and there was Catholic stuff going on wherever. But like that wasn't an issue for us, like an interfaith thing, and it wasn't really an issue for Michael and Jocelyn, but they were telling me a story about like a friend of theirs where it was a huge fucking problem, and this is people their age, that like
Interesting.
their families were like having a whole fucking fit about she's not Catholic and they're gonna try to papist, and it's a whole fucking thing. Um, and then your parents, and then my aunt and uncle on the other side, like there was a thing going on there when with her not being Catholic, and
Yeah.
um, I don't know, it you can't paint it with a broad brush is I guess what I'm saying, because each of the circumstances are so specific and have very little to do with the religion, have a whole shit ton to do with the people involved. And if the
Yeah.
people are like really into that part of what the book says, or what they think that part of the book says. Um, and so I think it's interesting that they're looking at it, you know?
I mean, they are just layering everything into this relationship. Not only is it going to be a biracial relationship, but it's also
Mhm.
going to be an interfaith. And I mean, you know, this might be the one time they're showing a good example of something that needs to be talked about more, because like you do need to have these conversations.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can't just you can't just be with someone who has been raised differently than you and had a different life experience and not have that affect you and have that affect how
Mhm.
your relationships are going to be. Or, you know, if you have kids, how is that going to affect that? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
to deny it is no different than like doing colorblind bullshit. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, it exists.
you
Yeah.
can't erase these things, they exist.
Yeah. It's have you been to um like services, other faith services besides the two that you had to go to when you were little?
uh,
I ask because Andrea is going someplace new and doesn't know what the rules are. So I'm wondering if you've
yeah,
had like that experience of like, I'm going into some kind of house of faith and I don't know 100% what I'm supposed to do here.
sadly no.
Okay.
I lived right across the street from the mosque in Bloomington,
Mm-hmm.
but I never went in. I mean, one, like that seems like a pretty arrogant thing to do, like, oh, just little white girl's gonna walk on in, you know, like, tell me
Sure.
about this. You know, other faiths divide the genders up, so that would be very rude of me.
Sure.
um but yeah, how about you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, a number of things. Laura used to work at an Orthodox Jewish school. So
Oh.
I went to some like of the parties there and because it's Orthodox, there's very different rules for the men and the women. And, I'm not allowed to shake hands, so you don't offer because like it's person to person how people respond to things. But like some women will, because you've offered, will do it so as not to appear rude, will like
Hmm.
shake your hand, but others will be like noticeably uncomfortable that you just did that, even though I was, you're just trying to be polite based on what you understand politeness to be. So like I had to get briefed on like the way you're supposed to act here, and I'm like, got it, good to know. um
Well, and you just reminded me that the school I work for, more often than others, as a standardized patient, is a predominantly Jewish school. So, like, I have had a student not show up because they wouldn't promise him a male standardized patient.
yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could see that being an issue for some people. I could totally
Yeah.
see that being an issue. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I kind of feel like
It's
maybe you need to accommodate that issue, but that's, not my
it's an
place.
it's an odd issue to see come up in the year of the old gods and the new 2025.
Right.
um yeah, again, where the school does and doesn't want to accommodate is very interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. Um, I've also been to a few Orthodox weddings, which are a whole different affair. I went to, because it was a neighbor of my in-laws. I went to it wasn't a funeral, but it was like it might have been a funeral. I'm not sure what the exact word for it was, but like a Buddhist funeral
Oh, okay.
for one of their neighbors. And there was a whole thing where people walk up to the front and then go sit back down again. Somehow we were the first ones. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I was like, I'm just gonna sit here because I'm gonna do it wrong. Whatever it is I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna do it wrong because no one told me that this was a thing. And but like the family was like just motioning for me to do that. And I walked up and I'm like, and then I turned around and walked back and sat back down. Like, could not have been more uncomfortable because I just didn't have the playbook, you know.
Yeah.
And so I feel for Andrea here with her gloves and her hat and her blueberry outfit.
I I mean, yeah, that would be overwhelming. Hell, I mean, Ashley and I didn't realize until afterwards that we were supposed to bow to the altar after, uh, doing the reading at Pop's funeral. We were like, oh, were we supposed to
Oh,
do that?
sure.
Whoops.
That's
We're the
but you know what?
heathens.
That's kind of a new part.
Oh,
So
okay.
like it. I mean, it was always kind of a thing, but like they changed the mass. I don't know,
Interesting.
14 years ago.
But yeah, you want to talk about going first because we went, and then later on, people kept doing that, and we went, "Oh no!"
That's okay. That's all right. It's fine. Like because people forget that part. And here's the funniest part: because they changed the mass like 14 years ago, um, they changed a few little things. One of them is like that bowing thing you're supposed to do is more pronounced now.
Hmm.
And they changed the response in a couple of places in the mass that
We noticed that.
where the congregation is supposed to say something and then the priest says something and back and forth. And it used to be and also with you. But they changed it to and with your spirit. Because of fucking reasons, I don't know.
Is it because of May the 4th?
Well, no, because they don't say and also with you in May the 4th either. But
Depending where you are, people
right,
absolutely do.
but that's people smushing Catholic together with it. That's a whole thing. No, but what you notice is if you go to a Catholic mass today, you're gonna get some people in there who are like, and also with you, and those motherfuckers haven't been to church in 20 years, and you know it, right? So
Again,
you hadn't
Ashley and
been
I,
in
we were
so
like,
long,
and also with you, your spirit.
right? Because you hadn't been. No one told you. No, it's the way that it goes, but I think that's why they did it. So they can be like, that one probably owes me money. They haven't tithed in 20 years.
Don't give her communion. She's in bad standing. Look at
That's
her.
right. Send her the envelopes. They need to start tithing more.
No.
Time, treasure, and talent, everybody. That's some Catholic shit right there I just gave you. Um, okay. So, I mean, I've tossed a couple things in there that I think this was really about trying to get away. David, Dylan, and the Walshes all trying to get away. None of them able to. Andrea's faith journey. What do we do when the Walshes aren't there? But what do you think this was really about?
Oh boy. Uh, Two things, and they go together. One, you can't be anything but happy at Christmas.
Gotta be.
Come on, it's
Yep.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Mistletoe.
mistletoe.
That's right.
But then but on the other side of that coin is, once you're an adult, all's fair in love and war on Christmas, baby. You can be depressed. Bad shit can happen. You could die. It's no longer the
Right.
fantasy land that you were promised growing up. Like, it is. Granted, the shift for me wasn't as harsh as it was for our 90210 friends. Um, but yeah, it is very much a, hey, you're adults now. Things can happen to you. Bad shit can happen on Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, the Walshes could leave, and then where are you going to go eat? Like that's like the worst thing that could happen to anybody. No one knows what to do.
They have leftovers, and Cindy was probably like, "Dylan, you have the key. Just come on."
Just come back. It's fine. Yeah. Or that cute little Santa hat with the flopping down forwards.
Yep.
Um, um, here's something this episode was kind of about. That's a lot of Deirdre. How many flashbacks you want to have with Deirdre?
Oh, you mean at the store? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird. I was like,
Yeah.
why are we going back to this?
Yeah. Because we don't want to talk about Miriam.
We don't talk about Miriam.
We should. We should talk about Clarence more and Craig Clemens and Greg Clemens, both of them.
We need to talk about what happened to Clarence between It's a Wonderful Life and It's a Totally Happening Life, because some
Oh my
shit
god.
went down.
I know. Clarence moved to Brooklyn, picked up a really wicked accent, and came back. I got my wings now, Miriam. Fuck off.
Get me, I'm giving out wings.
That's right. um, yeah. It's just a lot of Deirdre. It's like I kind of want to forget she exists, but here we are. We're talking about her again. Cindy's crowning moment. Um,
Killing
wasn't
off
cutting up a
Deirdre.
cucumber. There was a real quick ice cream flashback. Um,
I didn't count it.
yeah, no, I don't think you need to, but there was ice cream there.
I saw.
Um, yeah, what they should have remembered was Sexperts Go Home. That would have been
Oh
much
my god,
happier for
my
me.
favorite episode.
I know. Yep, so that's a top fiver. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Oh
Um,
my god.
yep. All right. Anything else that this episode might really have been about? Oh, you know what? We didn't. Go ahead, though. Answer my question, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
I mean, the only other thing I really had, and it's pretty weak sauce, is just we all have selective memory when it
Uh
comes
huh.
to. I mean, I will be sharing a memory or something about mom and dad, and Ashley will go, "No, it's not. No, they're not." And I go, "Oh, like it's we just have same as you and I have discussed here. I have some memories of stuff, and you clearly have a lot more involved memories than I do."
Yeah, we were talking about that this week. I can't remember what the specific thing was, but um, Michael remembered something in way greater detail than I did.
Mm.
About I remembered like one aspect of it, and he was like, and then this and this and this. But there was also there was there was this thing that like he totally misremembers because he was so little,
Ah.
and and he says it like it's a real thing, and it's not a real thing because it just doesn't happen. Like no one does this. Here's what really happened. We went to Disney World when I was a kid, and we came back, and my dad's feet stunk so fucking bad. His shoes, his socks, all of it. He had taken them off, and his feet squished into the carpet in the hotel room, and the stink got into the carpet.
Oh my
Like
god.
it was the foulest foot odor you have ever experienced. It's so bad that it is the stuff of family legend 35 years later, maybe 40 years later. Like this,
Wow.
I think it was 1987. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Um, what Michael remembered was that it was Opryland, which it wasn't.
Oh no.
And he remembered that my dad put his feet under the carpet in the hotel room because they were so smelly to hide them. And I'm like, well, that obviously didn't happen because no one rips up carpet and sticks their feet under it, you know?
Yeah.
But like, that's the way that this story was like imprinted in his head. And we were like, oh, that's weird that that's how you remember it. But we all remember things the way, and either the way we remember them or not at all, you know?
I remember, okay, this is crazy, but again, selective memory. My
Yeah.
only memory of you and Michael there on Christmas Eve is from a videotape
Uh-huh.
that I watched. It's from my first Christmas. So, of
Oh,
course,
interesting.
I'm not even cognizant of who was there or who Santa is. I'm just a little bean.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
I do have a distinct recollection because I used to love watching those family videos.
mhm. Well, but the truth of the matter is, well, I mean, we were there, but
Yeah.
you were a baby.
Yes.
So like you wouldn't remember that. By the time you were old enough to start having Christmas memories, 6, 7 years old, I was away at college.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it was a different experience for us coming back to Christmas Eve. Us, like the rest of my family still live there. But
Yeah.
for me, it's like I'm here to visit, and then we're going to grandma's, and then we're going to the other side of the family. And we also left in the middle every year because we did both families on Christmas Eve.
Hmm.
So we weren't there the whole time. And then by the time that you're 10, 11, 12, I live here.
Yeah.
Like I'm even further removed. And then I'm not coming down for Christmas sometimes.
Yeah.
I come down after because scheduling is at what it is. So your memory is correct, for the
Yeah.
parts of
Okay,
it that it
great.
worked. You know, for the part of it where your memory works, like that after 5, 6 year old deal, you're largely correct. We weren't there, but we were there a lot before.
Yep.
So, um, okay, nostalgia corner.
I mean, yeah, I have something else to add.
And shit, I forgot something else. God damn it, we're all over the place. Tell
Sorry.
me, bring it.
Oh, well, just with nostalgia corner.
We
I
don't have to do
mean,
that yet. If you got something else to add.
oh no, I don't.
Oh, okay. I did though. We haven't talked too much about Suzanne and Erica.
Suzanne. Oh, that's right. And I also totally remembered something else. Jeez, we are all over the place.
That's okay. That's fine. Guys, we took a week off because I was on vacation, and now we're like scrambled. So what do you think about Suzanne and Erica? Like, is
Oh,
Dylan right? Is she trying to scam him? Is Erica really his sister? Where is this story going? What are your impressions?
here's the crazy thing. I, from the internet, have seen a photo of a future Christmas where Dylan is holding a baby, and I went, "Oh my God, Christine totally got knocked up by Jack and is going to come back at Christmas and be like,
Okay,
look, a sibling." And that didn't happen. Like these two women
got it.
came, or this woman and her child came in. I went, "What? Oh." So, uh, and unfortunately, I know she comes back in other episodes, which is not to say that doesn't tell me whether or not she is
Right.
his sister. I I don't know, because the mom had that really weird line of like, just remember to do things like I told you to. And I'm like,
Right.
that's shifty.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I
Yeah.
could totally see Jack having had a few children scattered about, but
Hmm.
I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't have known. And
Right.
she's making it sound like he didn't know, or it's very unclear. So I'm hmm. I don't know if it's a scam or not, but it's definitely not going to yield much of a relationship because she's only in a few episodes.
Right. Well, I'll say this: they're around for the rest of the season. Um,
Interesting.
so it's a story arc.
Okay.
The Suzanne Erica relationship and Dylan and stuff. They may
We
not
know
be in
she's
every episode, but like it's the whole season,
well, and we know
whole
she's
rest of the season.
bereft because of the flood of '93.
That's right. Well,
Was
yeah, she had to move.
was real. They
Um,
referenced something that really happened.
yeah. Well, sometimes they do. Wait till the OJ chase.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
they reference? Is it on in the background?
No, no, it was a whole different. Nope,
Oh, good grief. Okay, we'll
nope.
get there.
We'll get there.
I don't know, and I can't say I can't say I'm gonna blame this woman yet. Like I'm not getting
Mhm.
a problematic vibe from her. Like, you do what you gotta do, people. Screw rich people
Yep,
out of their money. I don't care. I'm with you.
that's right.
I'm poor.
Yeah, do it. Um,
I'll come
yeah,
up
I'll
to
just
this woman's house with the dog and go, "This is your son. I mean, daughter."
or puppy.
No, we're playing
Yeah.
it like she's a child.
Okay. Just act like a child, like I told you, and it'll be fine.
She started letting me hold her a little like a baby, so it totally works.
Okay. There's a fuzzy baby you got there. Shut up.
She's self-conscious about it.
It's glandular. Um.
I totally predicted that Gabrielle Carteris is pregnant.
There you go. That's
Uh, go ahead.
I don't think
Tell
it's
me
a
how brilliant
spoiler.
I am.
You are brilliant. No, you're 100% brilliant. You picked up on it. They started putting her in big baggy things. They started hiding her behind stuff.
They're cutting in a little close
Uh-huh.
to her,
Yep, they're
and
doing all of the things.
I mean, shout out to the suit because I felt like this blue suit showed off more of her body. I'm like, she's barely showing. Why do they have her in such loose stuff? But again, like if it's her first, you're gonna show more. But also, everybody's different. I don't know. But yeah,
Right.
I predicted the actress is pregnant, and clearly they're gonna do something there with that. Because again, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I shouldn't apologize for the internet. That's not my creation. But obviously, I have seen a photo of Andrea pregnant.
Gotcha.
And this woman.
I think I I'm not 100% sure, but I think that the baby you saw Dylan holding at Christmas is Andrea's baby.
Oh, okay. So they're really they're really pushing when she's going to find out she's pregnant. Is that oh, that's going to be spring sweeps.
No, it'll be next year, next Christmas.
Oh, okay. So they're just
Babies are
not.
babies for a while.
Oh, that's true.
It's not a
I know
soap
they're
opera.
babies for
I
a
mean, it is,
while, but
but
like that, I thought that baby looked tiny. Again, I know nothing about
right.
babies.
Well, I mean, if Andrea is pregnant this Christmas, even though she doesn't know it yet, obviously Gabrielle is because we know it. We figured it out.
We know it.
Um, at some
Admit it.
point, so she's going to give birth in the next 5 6 months. You know, like if she doesn't even know she's pregnant yet, she's probably first trimester.
Yeah.
So she's not going to have this baby until June, July, August, something like that. So the baby's going to be very tiny next Christmas. It's going to be 4 or 5 months old.
Oh, okay. Fair point. Fair point.
You know, so I think that's probably, I don't remember specifically, but that it's probably who Dylan's holding. So
Oh, that's
yep,
amazing.
not to give spoilers or anything,
That's okay.
but since you
I don't
figured out
either
that
way.
Andrea's pregnant, or that Gabby's pregnant anyway.
Yeah, and it seemed also perfect timing for them to write that in, although like I have no idea what that's going to. I'm a little concerned about how that rushes things, but again, like these
Yeah,
stories
and
exist.
like, and I told you this via text, but this is why Dan Rubin. Like, she came to the producers and said, I'm pregnant. And they were like, okay, well, we kind of have to write it into the show somehow. But Andrea's a virgin.
Uh-huh.
And if we don't want, like, we don't, the story we tell, we don't want to be the first person Andrea sleeps with gets her pregnant.
Yeah.
Because that's just bleh. Like,
Yeah. I can
it's a shit
appreciate
message. You know, it's kind of like it's a bad, I mean, we kind of almost did that with Brenda. Like, we gave her
yeah.
the pregnancy scare, and now we're going to just make her pregnant. Bullshit. So they gave her a quick relationship to get in and out of, lose the virginity, move on, and then get pregnant.
But
And
now I'm scared there's going to be a moment of who's the father.
oh, well, I'm not gonna wade into those waters,
Okay.
um, but I do think that like they given the circumstance of your actress says she's pregnant and you're in a show where you can't just get her abducted by aliens and have her miss 3 episodes.
Oh my
um
god.
like, there are ways to handle it, like they did with
Yeah.
Scully. You calling Dwayne Barry a liar now? uh but this kind of show, you can't do that. So you either have to, like, give her a pregnancy storyline, or you have to find some ridiculous way to hide it. Um,
Hey,
and if you're
I only just learned that one of the actresses on Boy Meets World was like pregnant, like super pregnant, a big year on the show for her. And I'm like, they hid that really well because it was the 90s. So, like,
right,
baggy clothes were very much a thing. And like, she was also a very slight woman. So, it, again, and also, I mean, watching it as a kid, and I have no idea, I'm not watching to see how women's bodies are constantly evolving. Um, but now it is something I pick up on in TV, and it's just fascinating the way they try to hide it.
yeah. And I will say this: there is a later season pregnancy that they choose to address by hiding the pregnancy and then doing some silly shit,
Oh
to
no.
like disguise the recovery from the pregnancy that the actress was having. Yeah, they do some shit in this show
Oh
sometimes.
my.
There are ways to handle it, and this way, even though it's like, I don't love, like, making Andrea the one who goes away to college and gets knocked up. um
Yeah.
I don't think that that's the choice they would have made had real life not said, we have to write some story that explains Gabby's pregnancy, or we have to write her off the show, which we don't want to do. Like, that's a terrible option. So, given the options, the rush Dan Rubin and move on to Jesse is probably the best way you could do it. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, I was thinking about this the other day with another show I'm watching, and there was just a subplot that I didn't really care for, and I thought, but that doesn't mean these stories don't happen. So like, it still deserves to be told. So even though it's certainly not ideal, it certainly makes me worried. Like, oh no, is Andrea going to have to choose between school and child?
Oh,
Like, what
sure.
what kind of choices is she going to have to make?
Uh-huh. But
Um,
those are interesting things from a storytelling perspective, right?
they are, and they exist,
Sure.
and like, what better character to watch go through them?
Right.
The smartest person on the show.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, her name was on the masthead before either of those fools got here.
Yep.
So, yeah. So we're gonna watch that. Like, that's another thing that's coming that we're gonna get to sort of experience along with Andrea and the gang. Anything else this episode might really have been about?
No.
All right. What did this make you nostalgic for?
Oddly enough, it made me nostalgic for going to church on Christmas Eve, which
Okay.
growing up, won't lie, why should I totally was not into. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at least on Christmas Eve, that was the story I was most interested in that they were telling. Cause like, oh, baby Jesus, that's cool. Oh, there's an angel. That's really cool.
Right.
I'm in a new dress. Look at me. Like,
That's very cool.
I get to see Santa later and have pigs in a blanket. I will also be stressed about Santa arriving later, but mostly it's a fun thing. I hope he knows I've been good. Like,
And Jeff and Michael probably won't be there. I know
yes,
the inner monologue is happening. I get it.
you two are the cousins I was thinking about. So yeah,
As always.
oddly enough, kind of nostalgic for just the ye old traditions.
Yeah, yeah.
The comfort in singing Christmas carols.
Mm-hmm.
In to because Jesse comments on how like for a moment you really do believe that there is peace on earth, and that
Uh-huh.
is where it hit for me. I thought, yeah, that's true. Even though I never went to midnight mass, thank God. I don't think my mom would have stood for that. But like, yeah, church on Christmas Eve, there was a moment where like you really could feel the magic in the room, in the
Mm-hmm.
world.
There were some years when I was in late high school into college when we did a 10:30 mass,
Oof.
um, which was like midnight mass, but an hour and a half earlier. Um,
It's still too late to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
right. And you got all the pageantry of a midnight mass, which is like, I don't want to stay up. I'd rather go see Rocky Horror at midnight, and I don't want to do that either. Like, it's too
Facts.
late for me.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
so you get all the pageantry of the midnight mass and all that, which I did really enjoy. But you didn't have to stay up as late, so thumbs up for that. Um, did I tell in either of our any of our previous? I don't think there was an episode, Christmas episode, season one. So in any of our
No,
previous two Christmas episodes, have I told the angels we have heard on high story?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is one of my favorites, and I need to preface you with there's going to be a prolonged pause in the middle that you're going to just have to let ride because
Okay,
if you step on it, it ruins what really happened in real life.
got it.
And that's why it's hard for me to tell this story in public because people want to interrupt. They don't want to let me like tell the whole story. So here's what it is. Back when I was a teacher, um, we had a Christmas concert, and all of the teachers, about 20 minutes before we were told this was going to happen, were ushered up on stage to sing "Angels We Have Heard on High." We did not practice this song. They did not give us the lyrics. They just said, "This is what we're singing. Go." Um, and here's how this went. Okay, and this is not an exaggeration. This is how this went. Angels we have heard on high. Glory. It was amazing. not one of us knew any other words. We just and the most confident fucking Gloria you've ever heard in your life. It was
Now,
amazing.
clearly, none of you all were in choir.
I'm not in the 20 years between us being children and us standing on that stage. No. None of
Okay,
us
well then
had
my excuse
done
then
this.
is it's Christmas caroling since then because now and funnily enough that is the one I kept having trouble remembering the alto part for because get that money where you can, people. I'm not an alto,
Get paid.
uh, but like that would be one I went. I'm just gonna slip into the soprano.
Yeah, sure. We slipped into the screaming the one word you knew. It's amazing.
That's all
Um,
people know.
yeah. So it was like there's only one way this can turn out, and it turned out that way, and it was hilarious to be a part of it.
Now, what would be really funny is if someone was able to come up with a sketch idea about like, well, which variation of Gloria is it? Is it Ding
Oh
Dong Merrily?
God,
Is it Angel? Like if they just started singing
there's
Angels We Have Heard on High and then somehow slipped into the Ding Dong Merrily Gloria. I'm
I
not
don't
going to
even
do it
know
right now.
that
I'm not
one.
warmed up.
What about if they went with Van Morrison and them? Gloria,
Gloria,
Gloria.
Gloria,
I
Gloria.
think they got your number, Gloria. Yeah,
Okay, this is a great idea.
it is. It's too many Glorias. Everybody's gonna be confused.
Yes.
But we looked foolish, and I was there for it. I really enjoyed it. I loved how
Oh,
dumb we looked, not knowing the words to
of
this song.
course you
Super
did.
fun.
You
Yeah, it
thrive in
was.
that environment,
I do.
weirdo.
I'm just able to dissociate enough to watch it from the side while it's happening and go, "That's funny." Like to look at you having to do that right now. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. And friends, it was.
See, that's a
Uh,
healthy performer.
yeah, I feel good about it. All right. Who is your Steve Sanders Memorial worst person of the episode?
I struggled with this one because I listen, I know David dumping Donna on her birthday is pretty egregious, but also like I don't know, it kind of needed to happen.
Yeah.
Uh it's shitty the way he does it. What I think upset me more was how the pilot kept thinking coming over the PA system was at all helpful. Like, guys, we probably know. Look, I know what I'm doing here, and it's probably going to
Right.
be fine. We're just doing this as a precaution. Like, he kept going on
He did.
the way I might in that moment, or the way I do sometimes giving feedback, and then later on they're like, Leslie, great, but let them talk more. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I feel like the pilot was getting paid by the line. You know what I mean? Like he came on that thing about 6 extra times just because each line was more money.
Yeah, even though he
Yeah.
wasn't seen.
Nope. But he got that cash. Anything else for this episode?
Oh, who was your worst person?
Oh, it's fucking David.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's David. I mean, like, even Mel was like, "I'm fix your tooth, Kelly. I'm gonna leave my own party and fix your tooth because I'm a good dentist."
Also
Like,
put my
you'd
hand
want it
on
to
your
be Mel,
shoulder.
but it's not Mel. Um,
Yeah.
just because Mel's objectionable most of the time. But everybody else was fine. Like, nobody else is out there dicking people over.
If anything,
Everybody's pretty okay.
I wanted to award people for being awesome. Nat, oh my god, best person of the
Yeah,
episode.
and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dylan helping people out.
Sure.
I mean, even Erica drawing him a nice little picture.
Oh, I used to do that too.
Sure. I got a lot of pictures given to me by 4-year-olds and 2-year-olds this last week. They were sweet.
Oh.
Yep, I love it. That kind of stuff's the best.
Any of you?
I mean, it depends on how abstract you want to allow the artist to be in their
Yes.
representations.
The most
This
abstract.
this yellow squiggle, that might have been me. I don't know.
They have
This
to
orange
tell
one
you.
over here, that might be Uncle Jeff. I don't know. All right, I think that we have done it.
We did.
Yeah. Um, so, Cheesemeisters, join us here on Friday when we are going to watch a Christmas movie because this is a Christmas themed episode. And um, we also wanted to watch a movie about an airplane
Yes.
because obviously the Walshes get stuck with this landing gear situation. And we've already watched Home Alone, which involves an airplane and Christmas. Um, and I'm not doing it again, motherfuckers.
No.
Uh, so we're gonna watch Die Hard 2, Die
Hey,
Hard, because it's like Die Hard, but it takes place at an airport and there's
it's
planes and stuff
harder.
like that. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I haven't watched Die Hard 2 in a while, and you've never seen it,
I've never seen it.
but you've seen Die Hard, so you know the
Yes.
milieu. All right, so we're gonna have a good time with that. It'll be fun. So
I have two guns. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
one for the each of you. Um,
I was blending them.
that's right. I like it. Um, and so join us for that on Friday. And then join us here next week when we watch season 4, episode 16, Crunch Time, which is less about ab workouts than you might think.
Oh, damn.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be 1994. We're moving ahead. So,
Boy.
yep, into a new year with new bullshit.
Yay!
Yay! All right. But until then, Cheesemeisters.
Bye.
Bye.